A shout out to Circle 88 Media. You know, if you ain't subscribed to their channel, man, make sure you go over there and subscribe to their channel. They do a very great job. Got a lot of great videos, and we about to watch one of them about this whole situation with Mav Hoffa and this $2.7 billion revolt deal. Like they say, everybody who you start with ain't gonna be everybody that's with you when you get that money.
Circle 88 Media. Listen to how former co-host Esso and Hynaken talk about how they nearly tripled Hoffa subscribers in 8 months.
He won't do that. He said me and Hynaken was irrelevant. Although I told him, I said, when we got on your show in January, you had 262,000 subscribers. That's what you did in all the 3 or 4 years that you were filming, correct? Yeah.
What did you say when you said
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you this.
let him land the plane.
I said, I'm going to take Hynaken out of the equation because I don't like to speak for other people because I don't want them to call him and be like, is this how you feel? I stand on my own laurels. Yeah. This is how.
It's not a disrespect.
This is how I feel.
Yeah.
I got on that show in January of 2022.
Yep.
With 262,000 subscribers.
Yep.
When I stopped getting calls, he was at 614,000 subscribers within 8 or 9 months. The proof is in the pudding, bro.
Okay.
You've been doing this, and 262,000 is a phenomenal number, right? But 300,000 and change more
in 8 months.
In 8 months is an even more phenomenal.
I was
number.
there, and I was there. 15,
That's crazy.
000. So what we talking? It don't make like. Yeah, but in
So you're looking at 3 guys.
I'm looking at it from his point of view.
He's responsible for 250 by himself, and between us 300, and collectively we're responsible for close to what, 600?
Because it was a lot of back and forth going on about, okay, now that the money coming in, you know, they trying to say how much are you really worth? You know, you just do this, you ain't worth. I mean, you ain't worth what you're asking for. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. And they pretty much saying, listen, when we came on the show and you been doing this for like 3 or 4 years already, you had 200,000 subscribers. When we left, you had all these subscribers. So the proof is in the pudding that we added value to your show.
So they're saying they're responsible for 300,000 subs in 8 months. But the show had their biggest guests and viral moments with Fat Joe and Tony Yayo during that time. When you have big guests with big moments, you're going to get more subs.
I'm going to do this shit.
And let me also add to this. And I don't know if Circle 88 Media is going to hit on it later, but one thing about it's, I think that it's easier to go from zero. I mean, I think it's easier to go. Hold on, how many subscribers did he say they got? Hold on one second.
Collectively, we're responsible for close to what, 600?
So they're saying that.
So what we talking?
More
in 8 months.
In 8 months number, right? But 300,000 and change more
in 8 months.
In 8 months is an even more phenomenal. Is a phenomenal 8,000 subscribers. When I stopped getting calls, he was at 614,000 subscribers.
Okay, so he said they was at over 600,000. Now this is my response to that. I think it's harder to go from zero subscribers to 200,000 subscribers like he had. I think that's a lot harder than to go from 200,000 subscribers to 600,000 subscribers. And let me tell you why I feel that way. Because if you already got 200,000 subscribers, then you're already in the algorithm of YouTube. You already got a fan base. Everything that you post is going to get more clicks. You know how they say it's so important to get those early clicks and views on your video, because that kind of let YouTube knows like, hey, this is a great video. We need to push it out. And that's why I think it may be easier to go from 200,000 to 600,000 subscribers. Because he already did the groundwork. He already had the following.
We just went to his house, so we.
And every time, snake these, but then I make calls.
Responsible for 300,000 subs on Yayo during that time. When you have big guests with big moments, you're going to get more subs.
I'm going to do this shit or not. So then I make calls. Oh, he owe Esso money. Oh, he owe Hynaken money.
oh, this nigga's never been paid. Oh, no, I'm done. I'm not doing this shit. Because if you're gonna snake these niggas, you're gonna snake me too. Like you snaking everybody. So I'm not dealing with this snake shit.
We had to go to his house.
Time.
See, we took it further with Ghost. Like we just went to his house so we could go get our money. Like go cash out us
I'm not gonna
and shit. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, Pooh. I don't really fuck with that. Like I'm a team player though. Hynaken, no. I'd be like, yo, it was weeks that went by because normally for me and his team, we got roles. You know what I'm saying? My role is get the money. So although I don't want to call people about shit because I've been a manager my whole life, I'm done with that. In this shit, I take on the responsibility. So we would normally get paid. He wouldn't have me ask him more than one time, right? As things started to get different, it started being like, yo, what's up with the money? We signed the contract.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Did y'all have paperwork?
He broke the contract 50 million times.
So it sounded like they weren't getting paid for their services. And, everybody need to get paid for their services. And, it's kind of sad how so many people break up over money. They say money is the root of all evil. It definitely is. If you find a group of people that broke up, 90% of the time it's over money or women.
Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a manager in the business. He never even sent us our contract back signed. And I called him back. I said, he's not doing that because he's trying to do something slick. He wants to do a deal. He wants to try to say, yo, they don't have a contract or they do have a contract, whichever way it works on his side. But he doesn't understand once you breach a contract, all bets is off. That's how it go. You know what I'm saying? I'm a businessman. I'm not a content creator.
Well, why did y'all, but he didn't send it back signed, why didn't you stop it then?
He already had paid us the advance, and I already knew.
Okay, so they did get an advance, because that was a very good question. Like, if he never sent the contract back signed, then why y'all continue to do what y'all was doing?
He's not a businessman. So because we're team players, let's give him time to catch up. This is the first time that he got to pay people and give you contracts.
So Esso claimed that they were never fully compensated and that Meth Hoffa is not a businessman. According to him, he even gave Meth Hoffa time to get his business together, but I guess he took too long. Here's Meth Hoffa's response to the contract dispute.
We've been working on.
And once again, y'all, if y'all ain't following Circle 88 Media, make sure y'all go follow them. For putting this great video together to give us direction on what's going on in this particular situation. Because a lot of people, this is a hot topic right now.
You sign contracts. You don't honor your contracts. You don't answer text messages, and then you narrative and put it out to the people like why are you doing all this? Like, how hate do you have an individual to just sit up some lie? And you're just
I feel you.
But again, when God got something for you, he's gonna clear out everybody.
Finally, the $2.7 million question.
Right. You know what I mean? You don't have to deal with Revolt?
No, ain't nothing.
Ooh, this whole thing is over a $2.7 million deal, and he said he ain't even got the deal yet.
Conversations, but nothing is finalized.
Right. Well, it'll happen. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk that energy. We're gonna put that energy out there for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, won't nobody. If it does happen, won't nobody be surprised now? Won't nobody be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
They try to rain on. They try to rain on a potential parade. Why would you do that? Why would you want to be the first person to say, "Oh, Math got," unless you're a pocket watching ass nigga?
Right. Well, you know how it go, bro.
Well, they definitely gonna watch your pockets if they was part of the show and they was part of helping the show grow. They was part of editing for the podcast. They was part of getting the star entertainment on your show. Of course, they're gonna be watching your pockets because they want to get paid too.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably why this whole thing came out, because everybody thought you got this big deal.
What that sound like to you? That don't sound like hate?
It sound like I missed out on the opportunity.
But I'm not gonna say why. I'm not gonna say we got sneaky.
You know, we went around his back. We had a separate group chat. We went and got a sponsor. We started our own show. We was interviewing guests. And we didn't tell the nigga, and we know it's in the contract because we had extensive conversations with this nigga about it. How I look every episode, I'm telling you niggas, what's up with your show? What's up with your show? What's up with your show? And then niggas is giving me the runaround like, yo, we just gotta plan it. We just gotta figure it out. And then all of a sudden you got your own shit and you interviewing guests. Right.
Who do you believe? And then something like this happened with $1 million worth of game and the Joe Budden podcast? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Big shout out to Circle 88 Media. Like I said, y'all make sure if you ain't subscribed to them, go ahead and subscribe to them. They link will be in the description. So they math basically saying, listen, I ain't got no contract yet. And not only do I not got no contract yet, they pretty much breaking the contract because they got their own stuff going on while they was up there trying to act like they didn't have anything going on. But all of a sudden you got your own show and you're interviewing guests. A lot of times when these people be joining these podcasts, it be in their contract that if they was to ever leave the show, that they have to wait at least a year or something like that before they can do their own show. You know, so can't nobody really come on your show, blow up off your show, use your energy, and then like just drop you and go do their own thing. You know, so most contracts have that in there when it comes to these podcast shows, etc. And yes, this is the like same thing that happened with $1 million worth of game. You know, and what's his name? I think his name is Devon or something. Davion, something like that. I think his name started with a D. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But he was basically like, yo, they got the $3 million deal and they only offered me $50,000. And, you know, Gilly and them was like, man, look, he was getting paid $100 and some an hour. Like, what job do you know is getting paid that much? And of course, he felt like he deserved more. Same thing with Joe Budden, with Rory and Ma. They felt like they deserve more. So this seemed to be an ongoing thing when it comes to podcasts. And this is why you really, really have to 100% have your business straight from the start. A lot of mistake that people make is that they do these shows and I guess they don't have no faith that it's going to blow up. I guess they don't have no faith that it's going to take off or anything of that nature. So what ends up happening, hold on. So what ends up happening is that they just, when the money comes in, nobody know what to do. They're like, oh, we didn't know we was about to be playing with millions. But who do you believe? You believe Mav? Or you believe Esco and them? Leave a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. And remember, there's no game but tie game. I wish everybody can get along.